Just wanted me to click a family member to go to day 2. We're still at Act 1 though, which is interesting. Today the people of Paris commemorate Jacques Guillaumin Simone, mayor of Entapis. Oh god, French is such a horrid language. He was lynched by a furious mob for performing his duties in France. The march shall symbolise the unity of our society and hope that the most violent stage of the revolution has passed us. Yeah, right. Let us make sure no other loyal servants of France become victims. Yeah. Oh, King Louis. Oh no. Poor King Louis. Didn't they behead him? Simone was a good loyal officer for those bastards lynching him for observing the law. Will you join me at the march? No. Because I already pissed off the revolutionaries. Let's not have them see me marching to their victim. Wonder why the king has taken trouble to show up. Arm in arm with the people of Paris. That is unexpected. Because he's trying to stay alive and it's not going to work for him. Continue please, Emilian Observer. Wait, is this the king? This is the king. It's King Louis. I heard a thing or two about a young, ambitious judge of the tribunal. I was curious whether he is a guide for justice or entertainment, as some would say. The king's here observing. See, I didn't use any influence points the day before. So this time the revolutionaries actually want me to lock this guy up, whereas the common folk want me to acquit him. The family doesn't care this time, apparently. Let's have a look at the hierarchy. So I haven't gone up at all. Oh, Respire. He's bad. So we got David's an old friend. Now let's have a look at our notes. Your son's drawing. Poor Papa. Oh yeah, that's cool. Our son's leaving notes for us. Well, let's have a look at this here. The revolutionaries aren't particularly happy with me. Which means I sort of want this case to go towards prison. So I can get them on my side a bit more. It depends what happened. So, Nathan D... Oh, I'm just going to say Nathan. The defendant is Oliver Mugel, a 65-year-old master locksmith who is famed among Parisian burglars as an expert on unopenable locks. Okay. Last month he was commissioned by the owners of the Parisian glassworks John Rudd Louis Rox and Ferdinand Salin to construct locks for ornate chests for the valuables, presumably as gifts for their wives. The craftsman praised his latest creation as thief-proof. Shortly following their completion, the industrialist houses were hit by a series of burglaries committed by a recent newcomer to Paris. Hector Vienne, the thief of New Orleans, was caught in the act and shot by Ferdinand Salin. Okay. An expensive target map of Paris with the houses of the recently robbed industrialists marked on it was found in the deceased. Surprisingly, Salin has given Mugler an identical map as an advance payment. This deposit was in addition to the agreement from all employers. So hang on. So given Mugler... Right. So Mugler... So he was given this map by them as an advancement on his payment, and now it showed up in the thief's hand. I think I see where they're going with this. Wait. This is page 1 of 2. Where's page 2? Can I get a page 2? Can I get me a page 2, please? There's no page 2. Crap. Protocol report unavailable in this case. Okay. Verdict. I love that I could just right now, without asking any questions, say, go to prison. I'm not going to, but I just love that that's a possibility. He just gets up, he's going to defend himself, and the judge just looks at him and goes, I don't need any more. Jail. And it would be fully legal. Robbing the bourgeoisie is no crime. Indeed it is, Monsieur Lunge. May I have a request? I would like to sit down. I'm an old man, you see. Basic respect for judiciary requires that you remain standing. Why are you so determined to harass an old man? They sound like the names of my debitors. They are victims of the activities you conducted. You mean locksmithing? The common folk want him acquitted. See, I'm confused about that. I would have thought if this guy really did help rob the bourgeoisie, that the revolutionaries would want him free because of what he did. It's weird. Wow, there's a lot of questions for this dude. Jesus. Okay, map of Paris. No. I don't know. That's true, I guess. They could be just fanning the flames to make people get more violent against them to make their cause look better. Seems weird. Let's ask about the Master Locksmith. Ah, crap, I got that wrong straight away. Map of Paris, I mean, that's obviously evidence. Let's see what he has to say. You recognize this map? No, I don't recall ever seeing it before. Ferdinand Salin claims that he gave you this map as an advance payment for your services. He claims what? That wicked wretch of a second-rate merchant. He gave me scrap of paper as payment for making 3 locks, and says it's supposed to be worth more than 3,000 francs. He owes me. An honest labor is being judged while frauds remain large. Where is the map that you received from Citizen Salin? It wasn't even worth a loaf of bread. I surely won't shed a tear, but if you haven't, maybe you stole it from me. Better make a note that Oliver Mughal demands from Rude Roxon and Salin. I wonder if one of these rich dudes hired that thief to raid his place and the other places, knowing full well it would make this guy look guilty. It is something bourgeois would do. Need more though. Okay, so he apparently doesn't know about the map of Paris. So I kind of feel like the marks on the map won't mean much to him because he reckons he doesn't know about it. Why is it offering me drunken events? Was that a thing? No, that wasn't a thing. Master Locksmith? I don't want to accuse him of that. Series of burglaries? He's a 65-year-old man. I don't see this old dude doing them. Well, they did say you were a famous thief. Okay, that got a question. Did you give Hector Vland the map with the victim's house marked on it? I gave nothing to Achilles, Hector, or the other Greek. Call in the witnesses. Citizen Ginrod. Ginrod on the flesh. Famous thief from Orleans. You will not speak unless called upon. Naturally, of course. Okay, so the jury is apparently for acquitting him. What went missing during the burglary? Now hang on, this guy... This is John. Or John. So who are you again? Last month he was commissioned by the owners of a Petition Glassworks. Right, so this is one of the owners of the glassworks. To construct locks. Alright, so I'll ask him about the locks. Series of burglaries. Prince Hector Vienne, a thief of Orleans. Well, this guy should know the marks on the map because they're his and his mates' houses. Salin apparently gave it to him, though. Ferdinand Salin. So that guy might have set them up? I don't know. What went missing during the burglary? My house was the first one robbed, and in my case it was mostly valuables. At Rox's house, he will not say it himself, but I do not want to go to prison. It was the letters he had exchanged over the years with King Louis. Oh, revolutionaries, damn monarchists. Salin did not lose a thing. He shot that vermin in the act. Well, that reinforces my theory that Salin did it. What happened to the items he stole? Still remains unknown. According to Salin, Hector had nothing with him. Ferdinand suspects he had hidden the other valuables somewhere else. He hid the other items before robbing the last house? That does seem weird. Advance payment in the form of a map and its disappearance, and the murder of a burglar and a lack of payment for services. Now, this is all looking very bad for these guys. A suspicious one. What are you mumbling? If I say something, will I be free? It depends what you say. Please testify what you know. That map was Salin's idea. He told the thief about the advance payment we gave to the locksmith and proposed that Hector steal it. And he did. And then the bastard robbed us. Later, when we were forced by Salin not to pay the locksmith because he sent the thief after us, and that's when it all went down the drain. Okay, so it seems like my original theory seems to be pretty good. It's the bourgeois for you. You fooled them all. One fell swoop. Sounds like Citizen Salin had everything planned. However, there is no evidence to support the claim. That's also true. Could have been this guy trying to make Salin look bad. Perhaps it's Citizen Rudd and he's planning against his partner and wants to frame him. Exactly. And Vian is dead, so he will not be able to shed any light on any. Yeah, that's annoying. If I was younger, I'd have given that Stalin and Robin, that pig, that good-for-nothing lion bastard. Yes, yes, please calm yourself. So the jury's a game leading more towards acquittal. Hang on. Who is the one being accused? Defendant. Oh, I see. The revolutionaries want me to lock this guy up. Even though it doesn't seem like he did anything wrong. I'm very confused about what the revolutionaries and people want here, but anyway. Alright, so... If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Yeah, that's probably true. Just need to work out. I'll see if I can get a few more questions in and learn anything else. So I don't know why drunken events is a trap, because that's... Series of burglaries, lock construction. Now, let's ask him about the lock construction. You were commissioned to the victims to make chest locks. Who installed them? It was you, so you knew exactly where all the chests were. That makes you look a little bit worse, but not necessarily guilty. It was me, naturally, all in agreement with the contract. My job was to prepare and install the locks, and the employer was only to come and see whether they work completely and pay, of course. Was the installation carried out at your workshop? On site on client's property. None of those idlers bothered to deliver the trunks to my workshop, so I had to strain my old legs. Does that mean you knew the addresses of the victims? How else would I get there? Blindfolded on a wagon? I mean, fair enough, but that does make you look kind of bad. Also adds into the other theory that he set him up, but I don't know. Master Locksmith? Question discovered. How much did you charge for your services? 3,000 francs. Tidy sum, that is. That's not bad for making, what, 4 locks? You're a master locksmith. You charge that much too. It's quite a substantial fee. It's how much it costs to have high quality locks made by a master with nearly 50 years of experience. And those bastards never paid me a single franc. Yeah, I get that. Victims did not pay you the agreed amount? Not a franc. I bet that money right out of them. I'd beat that money right out of them if I wasn't too old. Fair enough. I do feel bad he didn't get paid. I feel like he's not going to know much about the marks on the map because, well, he didn't seem to know much about it. Series of burglaries. Ah, crap. If I fail once more, I won't be able to ask any more questions. Shit. Theft and burglary. I don't think it was him. He's the defendant, and we're not really on trial to work out what happened. We're just, this guy's on trial. I don't think it was him. The problem is the revolutionaries want him arrested, and I already pissed them off once, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get closer to death if I piss them off again. Marks on map. Evidence. Let's see. Were you the one that put the mark the addresses of the 3 victims on the map? I didn't mark anything. The houses of your clients are marked on the map. I don't know who marked them. Maybe you should ask the person you found the map on. Maybe the court made the marks and has no memory of doing so. Do you think there are too many coincidences in this story? You obtain a map but lose it, then it is found on the thief who was robbing your clients. It's hard because they didn't pay him. They didn't pay him, which would make him pissed off, and he knew exactly where they were. So it sort of looks bad for him too, but I don't know for sure. Ah, I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm not going to accuse him of anything just yet. Series of burglaries, course of events. Alright, good, I got a question. Did you tell Hector Van... The pressure. I know, I'm gonna get killed. I could just feel it. They're gonna murder me. Did you tell Hector Van how to open the locks of the victim's trunks? I understand what you're implying, but consider this. He sold the secret of... he sold the secret of my locks, then my business would be over. Word would spread fast among thieves. That is a very good point, but at the same time, you're an old man. If he shared even half of it with you, would you even live long enough to spend it? He's like 65 in the 1700s. That's pretty damn impressive at that age. Well, that's the only option, so I must have a question there. Rumour has it that you are one of the best locksmiths in Paris. I should deny it for modesty's sake, but I will not. That cannot be true, though, as a random thief from Orleans was able to open your locks. Well, then he must have had one of the best thieves in Orleans. Let's be serious, Monsieur le Judge. Every lock can be picked with the right talents, even my locks. That is kind of true. So now I've got the drunken events again, but nowhere in here does it have drunken events. Ah, there's page 2. It's behind. I'm an idiot. I've been missing it. Further interesting information. Why did it... Oh my god, I hate that. Has come from the owner of Ginger Margaret Inn. She recalled that the night of the preceding burglary, the locksmith met there with a man she didn't recognize. Based on her description, we were able to identify him as an aforementioned Hector Van. The man allegedly engaged in an evening of drinking sponsored by Mergel. A map of Paris was found on Hector Van. So Hector was the thief. So apparently this guy did go and drink with him, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's guilty. It just means that he drank with him. The other guy could have just sent him to get him drunk and then steal the map off him. I don't know. But it could also be that they drank together and planned this out of anger. Wow. Explains drunken activity, though. All questions unlocked. Did you know Hector Van before? Exactly. Why would he be meeting with the thief for drinks? That's what I'm confused about. This is the first time I've heard the name. He could have gone by a different name. He was seen draining several bottles of wine together at the Ginger Margaret Inn. Is that a crime? This is a crime. Why are you denying it now? Was your drinking spree just a deception for discussing the burglary? Nobody I had a drink with introduced themselves as Hector. I didn't plan on the heist with Hector, Victor, or Hugo. I'm a locksmith and I earn good money from it. Burglaries are for vagrants without a job. Seriously, that's it? That's every question? I still have so many questions. I still don't feel like I know for sure who did what. They're still leaning towards acquittal, which means I'll piss them off. They refused to pay him and they paid him with a map. I can understand why he's angry. I do kind of feel like he was set up more than he did it himself. He does have motive, but I feel like he... I don't know. They're gonna kill me. Risk of being removed from office. I have to acquit him because there's just not enough evidence, but that moves me closer to death. I don't like it. This game puts so much pressure on me. Verdict for citizen Oliver Margaret is not guilty. Lead the defendant away. To be honest, this does bear the marks of social justice. They would not pay him, so we had them robbed. There is a balance there, but I would have liked to have gotten the other guy on trial to see whether he really did it. We only got to talk to one of them, and it wasn't the one I wanted. So I've pissed the revolutionaries off 2 days in a row. Next, I need to spend the day with my family if I get the choice, because I pissed them off last time. My wife's going to turn on me.
King Louis XVI. There were people who truly loved him.
Great, the king's going to ask me, and I can't say no to the king.
He reminded the French they had noble ancestors. Do not be manipulated by people who are not bearing the burden of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
This saddened me. Someone had advised him to say that. Someone who was well aware of the cold, inevitable wind of change.
The king just walked away from me.
I did not pity the king, but those who will come after him, as they will not have great ancestors.
That's true. I feel like I disappointed the king. I feel like he wanted me to lock him up. One of us. Will such solemn demonstrations change anything? Next time a desperate soul decides to stone a public office for observing the law, will they remember their presence at this march? Will starving man feed himself on the memories? I would rather not be witness to that. I pissed off the revolutionaries again by not going to the march. I forgot I made that decision. They hate me even more. Damn it, they're gonna kill me. Your son is rather good with the viola. He is both talented and enthusiastic. I'd prefer he was enthusiastic about law books I give him. Maybe he's destined to become an artist. Mother likes to hear me play, and there is nothing more boring than law. See, you would rather let that career rely on the humorous of people. There are many ways to rescue France, believe me. Our country desperately needs something ennoble it. The power is in the hand of the simple, illiterate people. Let him rescue their souls with music. I mean, it's decent. Better than a boring laws and clauses. You're spoiling my child. I do not have my own children to spoil, so I'm focusing on yours. Oh, no. He doesn't want children. Well, I spent the night with my children, so surely the wife can't be that angry at me. You have to choose an option. You have to choose an option. I I feel like my wife's the most pissed at me right now. Evening with grandfather. So that must be the grandfather. Opening night at the theatre. I feel like the older son likes music, so he'd probably be a theatre type person. Let's impress him. Him and the wife are both happy. Choose an action from the panels to the left. Wait. Oh, and then do I choose who I bring? Oh no, I just choose it and then tick. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I saw my wife's reputation went up a bit. She's happy with me. I spent a night with the children. Hey people, good to see that some of you made it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this content, there should be much more like it on my channel. Feel free to subscribe to see some more. Check out some of my links in the description. I stream on Twitch 3-4 days a week. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put some links for some other videos on the screen that you can enjoy now. See you all in the next one, I hope.